Do you want to get into detailing but don't know where to start? In this video, I'll show you the bare essentials you actually need in 2025. Plus, the upgrades worth adding when you're ready. Hello everyone. When I first started, I didn't have a shop or a mobile unit like many other enthusiasts. I did get to use a garage from time to time, but have since fully gone outdoors. I didn't know what products were needs versus wants either. Plus, doing things outside adds its own spin to what you'll end up using. All of these things, of course, led me to just spend more than I needed to. So, I wasted money, I wasted products, because they just sat on the shelf, and time in general sorting through the chaos before every detail. So, I want to share what I've learned a bit and start with the most minimal setup you can use anywhere. Then scale up into more advanced things like clay towels and so on. Before I forget, if you find any part of this video entertaining or useful, maybe hit the thumbs up, maybe subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Now, let's jump right in. If you're a true beginner, like still thinking cars should be washed with a dish sponge, then let's cut right to the chase. My number one current product I'd recommend for beginners, professionals, anybody who wants to clean their car would be a rinseless wash. They are truly one of, if not the most budget-friendly, space-saving ways to wash. All you need is a bucket, a dedicated rinseless wash sponge that does not touch refined china, a drying towel, and the rinseless solution. Most of the time, you'll need a way to apply it to the surface as well, so something like a cheap garden pump sprayer off Temu will have you covered, or even a spray bottle. The point is, you can do this at an apartment, a driveway, indoors, anywhere. In some applications, a hose is not required either. If you want to learn more about it specifically, you can check out my other videos breaking down what a rinseless wash is, but I will say my current recommendation is the one by DIY Detail, which can be found below. Shameless plug. But I've since tossed out most of my car soaps that were just collecting dust and have this on my wash cart at all times. To put it simply, you can use it to save on water or messes indoors. It's super versatile for both exterior and interior detailing. Not to mention it's safe if it accidentally dries on you. Speaking of, it is a drying aid, so obviously extremely useful against water spots, which can be a detailer's number one enemy. So before anything else, add this to your cart. It will save you money, time, and issues that I wish I didn't learn about the hard way. Then add some gloves because if it's strong enough to use on car surface, it's probably not the best thing to get on your hands, which is the case for most things in the detailing industry. Now that you can wash a car this way, let's take it a step further to make this process a little bit easier and more effective in some areas. Once you've got space and maybe some running water, a traditional wash is another option. A dedicated car shampoo feels amazing and can be a little more fun with all the satisfying foam. For this, you'll need a quality wash mitt, not one of the noodle Chanel ones if you can help it since they don't release dirt very well, a grit guard for your bucket, and something to aid in spreading out the lubrication of your choice. Something like a foam gun if you're using a garden hose or a foam cannon for a pressure washer setup, which will make all the difference. There's multiple ways to detail and achieve great results, so like washing with a rinseless solution, this is just another route to help match your preference or situation. Rinseless can still be used at this stage, of course. This is just more so for spectacle online nowadays, if you're filming or showing off to customers. It also has its place for more heavier soiled vehicles that could use a little fun on the surface to allow the chemicals some dwell time, or to speed up your process if those conditions allow it. What I'd recommend here is using a versatile shampoo that's designed to foam in your gun or cannon and be mixed in your bucket. This keeps things simple when reaching for products and gives you the best bang for your buck. Let's not forget about the wheels though, as they can really make or break your entire car's appearance. All of the previous tools can work here too, but we need a few wheel-specific products to give us the best results possible. While wash mitts can work to a certain degree, you'll need some brushes to really help get the job done. A soft flag tip brush will be your best friend for the face of the wheels, and sometimes the tire too, if they're not too bad. If the tires need a bit more attention though, a stiffer brush will help dig into that rubber. Just don't overdo it because browning is actually natural for a lot of tires and can be taken care of with tire dressing and a microfiber towel or another brush if it's in your budget at the end of the detail. A barrel brush will help you get behind the face in those harder to reach areas, and a softer handheld brush can get those finer details like the lug nuts if needed. Lastly, if you're dealing with just really caked on gunky wheels, then an all-purpose cleaner and or degreaser can help you break through that. So we've gone over the two most commonly used methods and tools to wash a vehicle head to toe. But that only goes so far. Next, you can level up your results with decontamination. Cars often get embedded contaminants that simply can't come out with a contact wash. So we need a few more items to get the paint where it should be. Something like a clay towel or clay mitt will help you remove embedded grit. Clay bars are also a viable option, but typically have more risk involved. This is known as mechanical decontamination, while an iron remover clears out brake dust and fallout, things of that nature, and is known as chemical decontamination. You don't use these items every wash, but every few months or so, they'll make your paint super smooth and are essential if you get into correcting paint. But that's further in the journey. I do have videos on that and headlight restoration though, once you're ready. But the real game changer near the end of a wash will be your protection option. A spray wax, sealant, or ceramic spray will make the paint shine, bead water, and stay cleaner for longer. This is where beginners and customers tend to see the biggest transformation. These are also way easier to apply than something like a ceramic coating, which is a whole nother topic. So to recap, a rinseless wash will be one of the most versatile tools in your arsenal and carries over to some higher level services. That covers your lubrication for most cases too, until you get into traditional car shampoos designed for foaming and heavier situations like caked on mud and whatnot. Plus, the common tools like a bucket, grit guard, wash sponge or mitt, a quality microfiber towel, so you aren't leaving lint or streaks everywhere, some brushes for the wheels, a clay towel and iron remover for decontamination, tire dressing for those deep black tires, and a protection option of your choosing to seal that shine in. It can sound like a lot, but when you break it down into different sections and almost like levels to detailing, it really helps you keep track of things. Oh, and don't forget something to apply your lubricants either. So, a pump sprayer of sorts for rinseless, and a foam gun or cannon for traditional shampoos based on your current setup. If you want to see my exact process using what's called the foam rinse foam method, I've got multiple recent videos breaking them all down. And once you've nailed the basics and dialed in your setup, you can start to add the fun extras / upgrades. Things like premium drying towels for speed, quick detailer sprays for touch-ups, maybe even a canopy based on your goals, and typically other quality of life things such as bucket dollies, hose reels, hose guards, air blowers for drips, mainly just natural upgrades that are by no means necessary right off the bat. And you'll quickly figure out what you need and don't need after you get some experience. Personally, I'd say I've got about 6 different pump sprayers right now, but simple bottles can do the trick and did for a long time for me. These kinds of things will just make the process smoother and more enjoyable. which is important, especially if you plan to do this for the long run. So remember, you do not need everything at once. Start minimal with a rinseless setup. Add traditional wash gear when you can, then upgrade into decontaminating and protection for even better results. Build your setup in phases, and you'll save money while still getting pro results, without the additional stress of too many things to choose from or going bankrupt before you've begun. Above all else, don't skip out on things you need as a person either. Similar to gloves, you'll most likely need sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, water, and so on to keep you safe and moving on the job. Let me know in the comments, which phase are you in right now? Stay tuned for part 2 where I'll break down interior detailing essentials, and if you found any part of this video entertaining or useful, maybe hit the thumbs up, maybe subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys, and that's that. See ya. Excuse me.